Can you take a lead magnet or even a series of lead magnets and turn it into entry-level products, mid-level products, memberships for recurring income, and basically a profitable content income? No, a profitable content kingdom. Okay, that'll go in the bloopers. All right, cool. We're going to answer that question as soon as Jeff gets control of his tongue. No, we're going to answer that question in just a moment. Everyone, to episode 119 of the Content Profit Show. And as I always do when I give those numbers out, thank you for being with us since the beginning, almost a year and a half ago now, and supporting us and being here. And whether you're listening, watching live or on replay, thank you. So glad you're here. I think since our last show, we started a new whole line of this called Custom Content on Demand. customcontentondemand.com. The link is right down there. That's where we build stuff for you. There's a starting point package, and we'll hear much more about that, and maybe even some email about that later today. Watch for the subject line that says, "I'm calling your bluff." Okay. And as we barrel into the holiday season, one of the things you guys can focus on is getting people ready for the new year. Whatever your niche, getting folks ready for the new year is a great way to start people. All right, so right next to me is my neighbor, Valerie, who we just found out, what are we, about 20, 30 miles apart?
If that, yes.
Yeah. Georgia, in the suburbs of what I call the great state of Atlanta.
Right? That's right.
I work with college kids at church, and one of the guys that started last year in my group, he grew up on 60 acres on the border of Georgia and South Carolina, and that's really all he's known. Okay, so he's going to where UNG is, a little bit north of me,
Absolutely.
Yeah. He goes there, and we're talking one night, and he's talking about the traffic, and I'm like, "You mean in Atlanta?" He goes, "No, in Dahlonega." I'm like, wait, dude. We're gonna go at 5 o'clock, and we're gonna go down there. That's traffic, folks. Come on. And so, welcome, neighbor.
Thank you.
Oh, there's Jim saying, "Mr. Content Profit." Look at that. Hello, Valerie. There we go. Jim and Valerie. Meet Jim. Awesome. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at Valerie's stuff. And Valerie is a executive business coach and high performance coach with an incredible background. I'm so glad she's here. You guys are going to learn a lot. We're going to look at her content, her lead magnets. We're going to look at an ascension model built from that. And then I'm going to drop something. I was teasing Valerie a little bit before we went live. Her lead magnets have given me an idea to create kingdoms that it might be an hour old. So, Valerie, welcome to the show. So glad you're here.
Thank you.
All right, let's go take a look at your lead magnet. Well, first, let's look at your website because it's such a good one. I want to highlight it. All right, this is a great website, folks. Name and logo and stuff, short nav bar, and look at the use of colors. I just love it. This is a really cool site. There's so much we can do with it. So let's look at your first lead magnet, which is the rules for achieving extraordinary goals and massive success in business. A practical guide for high achievers and top performers. You're pretty good at this titling stuff, aren't you?
I'm trying to get better. Thank you, though.
It shows. Okay. I really like what you have down here. Oh no, that's your website where you have the 3 different things. But this is like, I love it. Rules. Okay. Rule number 1, rule number 2. Okay, what do we got here? 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 11. Look at all these rules, man. You can build the business on this stuff. I love it. Okay. So let's look at the next one, and I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking.
Okay.
That by itself can be its own product. One of my thoughts, because you were asking me, whether to use these two. And you also mentioned you have several of these, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's that. Oh boy, I'm excited. Okay, here's the other one that she offered. Achieve a revenue breakthrough with the Revenue Accelerator Checklist. Heck yeah. Checklists are powerful. I love it. So, okay. I love it. Checklists are so powerful because they give people a sense of order. And if I just check off these things, okay, so we start down here. Wow, this is extensive. I love it. That's just one part of the checklist, right?
Correct.
Wow. This, and you're giving this away?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about that.
Okay.
But it is an excellent lead magnet. Okay. And Jim's saying, well done, Valerie. Yeah, that's for sure. Didn't you do well?
Thank you.
So one of the things we can do, my first thought was, let's combine these or make one a product and one a bonus. Okay.
Okay.
And that's possible. But let's look at the Ascension model I've got here. And here's my crazy idea, Valerie. Okay. As I mentioned, each one of those lead magnets could be a standalone product. Okay. And this model has entry-level product, mid-level product, recurring revenue product. One of the things you could do, and I'm not saying you gotta, but it'd be super easy to turn each one of those lead magnets into an entry-level ebook. Okay.
Okay.
And then, I mean, really, the course is laid out in part preliminary. I mean, we'd have to add a lot of meat to it. But here's the thing that's cool. Okay. How many of these do you have right now?
Maybe about 7, 5, somewhere between 5 and 7. Some of them I've kind of sunsetted, but yeah.
Okay. All right. And so one of the things we could do, remember I told you this is a crazy idea. If you had I know you've got a 6-month program, you could create a monthly program. Okay. And the deliverable would be the lead magnet. Okay. Now the question becomes, well, why are people going to do that if they can get it for free?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's going to be some extras added in there. Maybe even a recording with it. Okay, of you talking about it. So deliver once a month one of these lead magnets, and then once a month a Q&A about that topic. Okay. And what that would do is make your total service delivery time, we could get it under an hour a month. Deliver the lead magnet that's now become a product, and then a Q&A, and you've got 5 to 7 right now.
Yes.
So you've got at least 5 months of your membership built out right now with what you got, maybe 7. Okay. And then that gives you 5 to 7 months to create the 8th month, and the 9th. And so you're way ahead of the game. When I started article marketing for beginners way back in like 09 or 10, people got a PDF and a video once a week for 12 weeks. Okay. And I launched it on a Thursday, Valerie, with like 3 of them done. I thought, all right, I'm ahead of the game. And I just knew I had to have another one in there by the next Thursday, right?
Okay.
Now, I'll confess that there were some late Wednesday nights getting that done, but you get it done. Making sense so far?
Absolutely. I love the idea. I mean, I think you're seeing the membership, which is something I'm interested in a lot right now. I think where I don't want to go right now for launching a membership is just a ton of content already there. I wanted to do more like a group cohort, like a live cohort where the content shifts each month. And so I think that's very in line with what you just said.
I love the timing. And so that's doable. And yeah, you could build a strong cohort out of this, because being successful as an executive, I've worked with a lot of exec coaches. It's not a one-time thing. It's constantly changing. The rules are changing. The atmosphere is changing. The the ground is changing. So yeah, you could keep up with that. And really, we'll talk about this later, but I think this would be one of the places where we could build in something I call pod, pain of disconnect.
Okay.
Like, you know, if money dries up, there's a lot of things to cut, right?
Right.
One of the last things we'll cut is our electricity, right?
Right.
And so, you know, it'd be fun to turn your membership into a utility. That,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
it hurts too much to disconnect. So, give you a few things to think on,
Absolutely.
a glimpse of the future, maybe.
Yeah, and I love the timing because the membership piece is something that I've planned for the new year. I just wanted to approach it from a different level, I think, than most memberships. I think I don't want a ton of content that maybe 10% of people access. I really want it to be like a top of mind topic that we have a live discussion on every week with some materials that support it.
Absolutely, absolutely, and this is set up for that. That way, I mean, I mean, I've got one, and I know colleagues that have one, where you get access to all these courses, and for me, courses and templates. But you're right. I always wonder about the percentage of people that, you know, go grab every one. I mean, it's kind of like Netflix. I mean, one of the days, one time during the pandemic, the meme I loved said, "I finished Netflix today." Yeah, right. Can't quite do that, but yeah, this is perfect for that. I love it. Any questions so far?
No, I love that idea. No, I'm jotting notes, thinking through how to position it. But I love your idea of like pain of disconnect. That's a great concept.
It's a good one. It's a good one. It ought to be built into every membership site, but not a whole lot of people know about it. I'm excited for you because when I got up this morning, I was thinking combining those two lead magnets. And as I was looking at everything, I went, wait a minute, this is a perfect setup for a unique membership for these folks. So yay. All right. Remember I told you it would be the fastest 20 minutes ever?
You did.
Yeah, and it has been. And so, Valerie, thank you. I mean, you brought great content to this. You've been a great guest. Love your website. I'm excited for you with what you can do with this. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you reviewing the content, and the great ideas that you just gave me are going to go a long way, especially on the membership. It's ironic how timely that is because that's one of my number one things for the new year. So this gives me a great launching pad to move forward.
I think some people call that a God wink. You know,
yes.
when you want to look up and go, you're just showing off, dude.
Yeah, great time.
Yeah, we'll celebrate that. Awesome. So, folks, if you want to be sitting in Valerie's seat one day, not at her home, but you know, in the Content Profit seat, you can go to jeffherring.com/profit. jeffherring.com/profit, and I would do it now before the end of the year because right now it's free. After the first of the year, it's going to be fee, from free to fee. And so as you look back over this, folks, I want you to ask yourself two questions. One, how can I use what Jeff did for Valerie today in my own business? And two, how can I get Jeff to do for me what he did for Valerie? And that's that link, jeffherring.com/profit. All right. We're getting ready to wrap up here, Valerie. Again, thank you so much. This is going to go down in the best of series, that's for sure, because this will be replayed again. And after you made progress on this, can we have you back?
Yeah, I would love to. That'd be great.
Celebrate and go from there. Awesome. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, neighbor. And folks, as always, thank you for being here. Lots and lots of places you could have been online nowadays. You chose to be with us, and we always appreciate that. And as always, kids, go use this stuff.